every time I do a live, I get cut off by YouTube. We're talking about a film called Don't Look Now from 1973, starring Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. And I believe you'll be able to watch it if you. It used to be on the BBC iPlayer, but I think it's also available to stream, unless they've removed it. But it is one of those classic 1970s art house horrors, and its beauty is in its ability to do the slow scare, it's not necessarily a graphic horror with lots and lots of jump scares. It's more psychological. It's a creeping terror, but that's classic of Daphne du Maurier. If you know her as a writer, she tends to do psychological horror and takes the normal everyday thing and manages to very carefully and creepily flip it on its head to give you the chills. And a couple of years ago, for Halloween, the BBC did obscure 1970s art house horror, and I loved it. I loved them for picking these films. In particular, Don't Look Now from 1973 was in that collection, as was The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. And it was just phenomenal, the choices that they gave us that Halloween. I like everybody else, I like a silly horror, I like an action-packed horror, but as I got older and my tastes have become more refined, shall we say, my horror has gone back to how they did things back in the day, over 50 years ago. I like an intelligent horror. I like something that's got a story, a plot line, something that can engage my brain. Yeah, like anyone, I also like chewing gum for the mind. But I also like an intelligent horror. And that's what I got from Don't Look Now. It's basically a tragic tale of a father that doesn't understand that he's got the second sight, the death of their only daughter. Him and Julie Christie are the parents in this film, and the little girl tragically drowns in the family pond one Sunday afternoon after lunch. And it was so unbelievably sad, heartbreaking. And they take their lives and they go to live in Venice. The husband is out there working on a authentic restoration of a church, because he's an archaeologist and an architect as well, and he deals with religious buildings. And while he's out in Venice with his wife doing this job, the wife happens to have gone for evening meal at a local cafe, and two sisters turn up, and one of them is blind, but she actually has the gift of the second sight, and she wanted to tell the mother that the little girl had a message for her, their dead daughter, and she wanted her mother to know that she was happy, and she wanted the ladies to tell her mother that. Consequently, Julie Christie faints at the shock of a random stranger telling her this about her child, who no one knew, apart from Julie Christie, that her child was dead. And, oh, excuse me, itchy arm. Oh, itchy arm. Anyway, as you learn, as you go through the film, the father also seems to have the ability for a second sight, but doesn't understand, and therefore dismisses it. And he's haunted by the death of his daughter and keeps seeing this little figure running around Venice wearing a red raincoat and red Wellingtons, which is exactly the same outfit that his daughter wore on the day that she died. And he thinks that it's an apparition of his daughter. And that's where the tragedy strikes. You see, there's a terrible tragedy towards the end of the film where the true horror of everything that's happening all around them comes to fruition. And it's so downright creepy. And with the cinematography and the use of just the deep dark red and the darkness of the streets of Venice that are, you know, at night when it's been raining, and the sound effects and the music, it's just visually stunning, and it's well worth a watch. It really is. I don't want to spoil the plot for you, but it is one of those absolute tragic films. Tragic 1970s art house horror. Phenomenal. And well worth your time to sit down and watch it. And if you want to, you can read it. And it is just stunning. It's a wonderful Daphne du Maurier novel. It really is. So, you know, I don't think YouTube's working this morning. I really don't.